Your body needs to have so many hours of rest a night. We all know it. You get a great night's sleep, you feel great, you have more energy. Children need that as well. They definitely need to get their rest. They need to go to bed at a consistent time every night. They need to be relaxed to go to sleep. You don't want them all hyped up, over energized. And, you don't want to go to bed hungry. You don't want to overeat before you go to bed. Sleep is very important. And actually, they recommend 11 to 13 hours of sleep for a preschool child and 10 to 11 hours.
We could only wish as parents that they would get that. We could only wish that they would sleep that long.
And if we look at what's going on with our families, our children, kids are involved in how many sports? Parents are working till 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. Then you're running around with sports. By the time you get home, they eat and they hit bed. What is it, 9, 10 o'clock at night? And we wake them up in the morning, however early, to start it all over again. They are already not getting the recommended amount of sleep.
And the other thing that's also slamming them is that they're eating later during the day. So when you eat that late, then you're not burning the right amount of calories, and so they're going to bed, and it's a vicious cycle.
And studies actually show that eating late at night, your quality of sleep actually is not as great as well. So there's another that large meal at night plays kind of a double role there.
My guests today are with the Council for Children and Adolescents with Chronic Health Conditions. It's a nonprofit organization. Denise Brewitt is the executive director. Also joining Denise is Sue Avard. She is a registered nurse and a member of the council. We're talking today about childhood obesity and some of the causes about it and some of the roles that parents can play and schools can play and even the communities can play in trying to tackle this very alarming growing problem, and that is childhood obesity. Please stay with us. Good day, and welcome back to Your Health Matters. I'm Lisa Brown. A lifetime of fitness always begins at home. Research shows over and over that the only way to combat childhood obesity is to make nutrition and exercise family priorities. My guests today are from the Council for Children and Adolescents with Chronic Health Conditions. It's a nonprofit organization. Denise Brewitt is the executive director. Sue Avard is a member of the council, and she is a registered nurse. And thank you, ladies, for joining us on this interesting topic.
Thank you, Lisa.
It does begin at home, and children pattern their behavior after the adults in their lives. If you're not getting out there and exercising as a parent, how do you expect your children to do it? It's difficult. If you're the one that's eating the Almond Joy bars all the time, it's hard to take them out of the hands of the young kids. But we can make changes. And let's talk about some of the changes and some of the initiatives that your organization is sponsoring.
Absolutely. I think that we should all realize that we can teach kids that good health is their responsibility. Explaining to them that their body weight is connected to their overall health. Not that for them to focus on it. I mean, certainly we can have two epidemics here.
Exactly.
We could also have the obesity epidemic, but if we focus on this too much, we certainly don't want children to go the other way and have an eating disorder, which is also on the rise.
That's another topic
as well, but we'll have to come back and discuss that at another time.
Yeah, I'd like to catch it myself.
Exactly. But to tell them that their habits that they learn now will lay the groundwork for their future and for a lifetime of good health. And that they make the choice of what they're putting in their mouth and what they're doing. So by having them always, know that if you stay active, if you make the right choices, you will be healthy. I know that Sue I was listening to her talk to her girls the other day, and they were out, they were making comments about, their size or whatever. And Sue said, you are healthy. You're great. You go outside, you run, you play, you make the right food choices. You're absolutely perfect and beautiful. And that's what we want kids to be doing. I mean, we want them to be out there and know that by being active and, running around and having fun and being kids, kids are great at doing that, playing outside and making those right, food choices that they can stay healthy.
And I've also noticed, and if parents are working, and most parents do work, both parents do work, but the after school programs, I mean, here's a perfect opportunity for you to go shopping for a good after school program that is an active after school program that involves getting the kids out, that will show a schedule for the kids. When you're going to look for an after school program in the fall, I implore you to go and ask them, what do they do on the hour or on the half hour? What are they doing to move these kids around the room? I mean, I don't want to see a kid coloring for 2.5 hours until a parent picks them up. And that's another way to try to help get your kids more active, is to put them in a good active after school program. If not, a soccer program or a cheerleading camp or dance classes or things like that. But there's also a walk that's coming up. And I think Dr. Susan Lynch is involved in that, and I wish you could tell me a little bit more about that.
Sure. It's actually not a walk that's coming up. They did have it. It was the first week in June, but it's actually.
Oh, that's right. I remember when she
Right.
did that. She walked from town to another town or something.
She did. It's called Walk New Hampshire, and it's an ongoing program
Sure.
here in New Hampshire. And it's a way to get individuals and really families and children more active and involved. And basically what it's about, it's walking either the equivalent to the length of New Hampshire, which is 190 miles, or the 70 miles, which is the width of New Hampshire.
Awesome.
So there's different ways that you can do it. You can go on their website, which is www.walknewhampshire.org, to find out more about it. But I can give you a little bit of background. You can join as an individual, that you, as just one person, and that could be a child or an adult, to walk 190 miles, which would, like I said, be the length, or 70 miles, which would be the distance across. Or you can form a team, either as 2 to 6 adults or as children, as a family. And each person would walk at least 30 miles. So putting on those pedometers at night and going out as a family, walking around the block for an hour, and then coming home and tracking how many miles that you went.
It really is a fun exercise,
It
because
is
these
a great
pedometers
exercise.
how much are they? Maybe $5, not even.
Exactly.
I think some places you can even get them for free. You stick a little pedometer on, and the kids, they're not out there paying attention to the fact that they're walking. But at the end of the day, they go, "Oh my goodness, look how far!"
Right, and you can
You can make it a game.
Exactly. And you can print on the website, you can actually print out a map of the state. So you could, as your family, you can say, okay, we're going to walk from Concord to Manchester, and set up goals. And the kids really get involved with it. They see that mom and dad are involved with it. They're invested in it. They get excited about it. They can see their progress and the charting that they have going across the state.
And we're not literally walking from Concord.
You're
Manchester.
not, no.
We're doing the mileage.
Exactly. But it gets them involved, and that's really what it's about. I mean, physical activity really starts at home and getting these kids more active. And it can start really, just going outside and going on scavenger hunts in your yard with your little ones as toddlers, and just getting them out moving, knowing that exercise has got to be a part of your day.
It really does. What does it take? A hose and a sprinkler? Spray the kids with the hose. Let them run through the hose. Now, that is such an easy thing to do. It doesn't cost any money, and kids love it. Get a round ball. You can get a round ball at Market Basket for $1. Throw the ball to your kids. Toss it on the roof and let them catch it. These are simple things to do. And I mean, we're not asking kids to go out and get outfitted at Dick's Sporting Goods and then
Exactly.
go join an expensive program. We're just saying get involved, and it's very easy to get kids out there and get them active and get into the action yourself as parents and as role models.